I am so cute. Now I'm gonna lick my butt. Hi, Crystal Balls. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is Sunny. Please think about sticking around, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. For everybody else, thank you so much for being on this journey with me, especially my Patreons, and especially every single one of you who are holding on while I work through some medical issues. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Your comments, guys, that means a lot to me. And the fact that my channel is still growing is wonderful. So this is me and Sunny at the beginning of the video saying thank you so much. We really, really, really appreciate it. So today I am going to be doing a reading on Bob Saget. He's been gone approximately a month, well over a month now. Not by much. He passed away on January 9th, and seemingly nobody feels like there's something weird here, but I do. I've had a weird feeling about it since the beginning, and I know we're going to put a disclaimer here real quick. Everything that you hear here is a reading for entertainment purposes only. Everything is allegedly and supposedly. Now, there are plenty of places that you can look for facts, Yahoo News, yada yada yada, that I will include in the description box, that tells you about his death and other things that he's done in his life. Now, I can separate Bob Saget, the person, from Danny Tanner from Full House. Danny Tanner I grew up with. You know, he was somebody that was like America's dad. He was also Bob Saget, the host of America's Funniest Home Videos. Very scripted, not really him, but Bob Saget was not that person. In fact, he was on the flight log of Jeffrey Epstein. That is not allegedly or supposedly, that is on an official documentations that you all can find. His comedy roast was disgusting. It was full of underage romance jokes, and it was incredibly poor taste. And if anybody found that funny, you need to really take a look at your life, because there's no humor in pedophilia. And that's exactly what was happening. It was really bad. That's, you know, the types of jokes that were made. There is truth in a lot of these things, and it's disgusting. And if you guys are sensitive to that sort of information, you can find it now. I don't know if you can find it now, but if you're sensitive to anything like that, don't go watch it. It's really bad. I also know that, you know, and I haven't started reading yet, but I know we're not invincible. Okay. Falls happen. People die. And it's not uncommon for people to pass away with a fall. However, he had basically everything keeps changing in the news. He didn't fall. He probably passed away from a heart attack or something in his sleep, or a stroke. And then it changed to he was in his bed with his hand over his heart. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still working through some gross stuff here, so if I cough or whatever, I'm sorry. Then it moved to a blow to the back of the head. And then it moved to an unknown fall, blow to the back of the head, broke his eye sockets. That's pretty hefty blow. To an unknown fall, to now, today, an unknown fall with COVID positive. And this is in LA County, Los Angeles, and they are known for not being speedy. The autopsy should still technically be looked at. They should still be in the process of looking at it. It usually takes 8 weeks or longer, and we just hit a month. So there's something fishy going on here, in my opinion, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. So we're going to look. I actually have a light. I have a black candle for protection because I feel there's something really sinister here. All about the money. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, guys. So Queen of Pentacles, Magician, Five of Pentacles. So this is very much somebody who this is Bob Saget here, that wanted money, very much wanted money, and he called forth forces to make it happen, knowing that there would be deep consequences later. So this is him, younger man, way before Full House, way before any of that stuff, where he was before he was even a struggling comic. I'm saying like maybe 19 years old. He really, really did not want to be in the same financial situation as his peers. And that's totally normal, totally fine, except he really, really wanted it all. When I tell you he traded something for money, he did. He traded his soul. He called upon the Hollywood magic, and when I say that, Hollywood is a machine. It is, a cesspool of disgusting things, and you don't have to look very hard to find the complete abuse that it has had on many people, forced abortions, molestations, things like that Hollywood has done, and many of their actors and actresses have also participated in these things. It's not a secret. He really knew that there would be consequences later, but he was only focused in on the here and now, and he really, he willingly made that sacrifice. After he did, he felt very alone. He felt very isolated, but he kind of, in a weird way, lost his footing, lost his way. Very much was an empty person. He had the opportunity come to him by Full House by accident. Somebody else got cast in Full House. There was an entire pilot out there, and this was kind of a surprise that it happened. But that just tells me right there that wasn't done without some sort of intervention. The Hanged Man, there was something done to get that other actor out of there. Again, it's Hollywood, and there's no, I don't want to say there's much difference here between, getting a job. It's some sort of nepotism where you hire somebody and all of a sudden your friend becomes available, or somebody else that you care about becomes available, and you kind of manipulate that to happen. That's what happened here. That's what happened here. His mother sure carried a lot of strength for him during this time. She was scared for him, of him. I feel like at this point he was very empty. I feel like he really, filled himself with drugs and alcohol and some very disturbing things. He he didn't have inner strength at all. That came from his mother. Everything was about money for him. And he was flying high there for a long time. There was some resentment between him and John Stamos because it was John Stamos' show. That's how it was set up to be. And it was difficult for Bob Saget because he was the father, you know, and John Stamos, the uncle in the show, got top billing. But that was something that was very just agreed upon in the beginning. They got through it, but in the beginning it was a very huge problem. But um, he was riding high for a very long time. He had the world at his feet. He had a wife, he had children, he had one of the #1 television shows. It was huge in syndication. It was all over the place. He was riding so high. He also had the accolades of America's Funniest Home Videos. He was doing well. He was everywhere, and he was busy, he was happy, but there's just such a sinister side to this whole thing. Usually getting the star, it can mean many things. Usually to me, it's you're not getting your balance. You're basically, I'm working too much, I'm not replenishing myself, or something very similar to that. In this case, it's like he wasn't fulfilling something that he was supposed to. He was way into this world. Now, this could be he wasn't fulfilling his role as a husband, he wasn't fulfilling his role as a father, or he wasn't doing something that he was supposed to way back here with the magic that he conjured up, basically. I mean, I'm just using this as a metaphor here in order to be able to be the person he is in the Hollywood machine. I think people told him at this point that he needed to mind his P's and Q's because he was being a little ridiculous. He had his HBO special. I remember this way back, and actually the Olsen twins were a part of it. And I was a young kid. I never should have watched it. And it was so vitally disturbing. Like, at that point in my life, I couldn't tell you why it was so disturbing. But it was basically like him breaking out of this character of Danny Tanner and showing him the world who he really is. And his comedy was gross and very much, sex heavy, and very much gender bashing, but also very much damaging to children. It's all out there. But he was ignoring people in power, people who had power over him. Basically, it was time to pay the piper, and he wasn't going to do it because he had so much going for him. I don't know if his mom passed around this time when everything was going so well, but this is a mother figure to him. Part of the reason why, I mean, I feel like she was alive, but I don't know for sure. But this is a mother figure who very much loved him and protected him as much as she possibly could. But it was like, I'll pray for you. That's the best I can do, is pray for you. I can't do anything anymore. I can't make this better for you. You're kind of making your own choices. His world was about ready to change at this point. Everything that he worked for was about ready to go away. And he really believed that he was invincible. And I know I've used that word twice, but there's this feeling of invincibility here. There's a feeling of, I'm better. This isn't going to happen to me. This is something that happens to other people. it just, everything came crashing down. You know, he lost Full House, America's Funniest Home Videos after that. And then he really wasn't on much. I know he did comedy, but he never regained that momentum, even with Fuller House. Um, it's like he was the king of a very lonely kingdom that he created. Um, he got divorced from his first wife. There were reports and rumors, again, these are reports and rumors, that his adult girls were estranged from him. I don't know if that's true. He did marry someone not that long ago who was incredibly young. He was feeling the heat from money loss, very much so. And I think he kind of did Fuller House begrudgingly. I don't think he necessarily wanted to do it. But he needed the money. As far as and this is just something that the cards isn't telling me, but I'm going to tell you. I'm picking up something. Something happened when he was 57 years old. I don't know what happened to him directly, but it was almost like a reckoning. It was a very specific event that made him realize that his life was going to be cut short. And he did talk about this on podcasts, and not at being 57, but his life being cut short. I need to find those, but it's something that he was talking about prior to his death, that he had a feeling he was going to die. But something very significant happened to him at the age of 57 that abruptly changed everything in his life. This is telling me, without the cards, that he fell in love with one of his victims. And I think it's his wife. Now, I could be wrong. This is allegedly, supposedly, for all entertainment purposes only, but Stockholm Syndrome is what I'm getting. We're gonna kind of go here. I don't read upside down. Just so you know. I think I've told you guys this before. I don't read reverse. I left the battle. I left it. I was still ready. I was still defending myself, but I left the battle. And brighter days seemed to come ahead. You know, the money is behind him. He was very much focused on the here and now and something else, not this. He knew there was going to be a battle, but it was something that it's like, I'm going to put it off. I'm putting it all off. It's going to happen, but I'm putting it all off. I walked away from the knowledge and the wisdom of what I have done, that world. I think he... I think he was switching sides. He was having nightmares. He was having panic attacks. He was having things like that. And he regretted things that he did, and he took up the battle. I wonder if he was going to be a whistleblower. And they did not like that. Now, information being passed, angered authority, information being passed, juggling with truth and money. God. Trying to get him to go back and refocus everything on money, not the community, not what he was trying to do. Ooh, total destruction. This completely destroyed him. This was his cause of death. No matter what anybody else says, this caused him to die. I think he was going to become a whistleblower. He did some very heinous things in his life, and he joked about it. It was not a very well kept secret, but something changed when he hit 57 that really made him want to do something differently. I think he played the game for a little bit longer, but I really think he was being strategic about it and not playing the game like he would in the past. What's his stuff? What's his stuff? Murder. Oof, Jesus. This is pretty flat out here. He sold his soul to the devil, and the devil collected its dues. This was, I mean, you can even see the injury to the head here. Guys, this is really telling. So it's basically, when I say the devil collected his dues, I don't mean this dude. I don't mean a dude who's being BAFTA, who's like pitchfork and yada yada yada. I'm talking about the devil in real life, the devil of, horrible things, the people you make deals with, executives, things like that. I don't think this was an accident. I don't think his death turned out was the way at all that they said it was. I mean, just the fact that I'm looking here, the devil, the Nine of Wands, with a head wound and death. And yes, death doesn't always mean literal death, but since I ask about it, it is in this case. I don't believe his death was an accident. We're going to go ahead and stop it here because this was a lot. There's a lot to reflect on. And again, there's plenty of information out there if you want to go and look at his roast, if it's still available, look at other things that he's been accused of, being on Jeffrey Epstein's plane log. All of that is out there for you to take a look at, and I will link what I can in here. His cause of death has changed multiple times in the last few days even. It's very weird. He wasn't the person that he presented to be in the public, and that's not unusual. Most people aren't. He wore many masks, but his masks were kind of deep and dark. He is not crossed over. He is not crossed over. There's something keeping him earthbound. So next time I'm going to try talking directly to him because he's still around. He is not crossed over. He is not anywhere right now that is the other side. He is earthbound. All right, guys. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in this world. We'll end with the cutest baby here in the world, Sunshine. And please remember that every single day is a gift. Use your time wisely. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.